gracious me!
What is going on, guys? TVM here. Welcome back to the Road to Glory. We have some mixed reactions in the comments. Some people who don't quite understand what I've meant or what I've said, and a few other people who I don't think understand how many games of FIFA I have to play every single day. With regards to other videos as opposed to the Road to Glory. As you can see on screen, and we'll get to that in a second, we have sold Alex Telles and Florenzi, as well as a whole host of bronze stuff. Been doing a little bit of bronze per method, nothing too crazy, a few packs here or there. Got a few things left to sell, none of it's really worth crazy amounts. I'm not sure if I'll get the near 3,000 coins for the, is it Georgia? Genoa. Don't know why I thought it was Georgia. Genoa centre mid, because I think there's a fair few golds there, so I might have to reduce that price. He's not worth that much, but you never know. And again, I don't think he's worth that much either, so I have to lower that down. But we'll try. My Miranda is on the transfer list right now, and the reason for that is because, like I said, I've sold the two UCL live cards a little bit less on Florenzi than I wanted. I think the Dani Alves flashback card being released has made people sell, which I suppose in a way I should have seen coming. As soon as that Dani Alves card went up, I should have just gone, well, I didn't even know I wanted to do it, but hindsight's a wonderful thing. If I'd sold it last week when I first said about it, then we'd have been laughing at 60,000. But we've taken a bit of a hit there. We only spent 228 on it though, so we're still around 70,000 coins in profit, even after tax. Telles, we spent 140, sold him for 190, so we've done well on those two. I'm not moaning about that at all. Let me clear that list off and just wait for these hopefully to sell. Now, with that being said, the reason I've done that is because I want to go and complete Dani Alves. It's boring because everybody seems to be wanting to do it. We're going to do this foot swap thing first, though. Everybody's done it, right? So I feel like everyone I play now is going to have that flashback Dani Alves. But it's just the way that it goes. If EA release a meta card for not that much money, people are going to go for it. People are going to, whack it at the back and keep it there. Now, while we submit this, and then I'll go and show you what teams I've put up for Dani Alves, which, by the way, it's just the amount of players I have to give up is going to be crazy. But I think it's still worth it. Now, Adam says, you don't care about this week's Team of the Week, even though it's mega. Not quite sure what Team of the Week predictions you've been watching, but it's not that great. Shame to hear, sounds like you're starting to fall out of love with FIFA. May I suggest selling everything and building a whole new squad? I know you love that aspect of the game. Keep up the good work. Yeah, thanks for the comment. Appreciate the words. No, basically. Let me submit that. I'm not even remotely falling out of love with FIFA. Still love the game. Would happily sit here and do happily sit here and play it all day. I've always been one of those people who enjoy them. Why? They don't normally. I mean, now and again they do, but why? Let's watch it. We could put walk out on the tile. Oh, what? We got a Saudi left back. Oh, great. Yeah, I've always been sort of a bigger fan of the menus of FIFA than I have the gameplay. Well, ever since sort of FIFA 10, FIFA 11, when they introduced Ultimate Team. I know they did in 09. Don't get it wrong. But what I mean is, since around 10 or 11, the menus have always been more fun, like building teams, working out chemistry and stuff. So it's been more fun than actually playing the game. But with that being said, I still love FIFA, hence the reason why I'm sat here every single day doing it as a job. But if you do something long enough, you will eventually find it a little bit stale. And the issue that I have is them needing me to fit 30 games in over a 72-hour period is problematic for many reasons. Not because I don't think that's enough time to play 30 games, because it is, in a way, but when you have to do other things in life as well, and you have to do other things FIFA related as well. So what I mean is, I'm playing 30 games of Foot Champs every weekend. Well, I'm not, but they expect me to play 30 games of Foot Champs every weekend. But then I'm also having to go and play 20, 30 games on my main account to get other videos done as well. And that is a lot of games. And then, of course, I've been playing it all week. I've been hammering games on my main account all week. I've been doing Road to Glory games in Rivals and things like that. And to be fair, the last couple of weeks I've not done it, and I finished rank 3 just about because of the sheer number of games I've been playing. I've had to sort of hold it back and think, well, if I don't stop playing, I'm going to burn myself out. So yeah, it's not that I'm falling out of love with it. It's just that I play a lot that you don't see. So it kind of like FUT Champs in particular really does great on me. But I'm going to continue to do it. It's not a big deal. If in a video you've seen that I've gone on a bit of a rant about FUT Champs and oh, I'm done with it, I'm not doing it anymore, blah blah blah. I'm literally just at like the height of an emotion. Either I've just come out of a game, or I've just finished the weekend and I'm really annoyed with myself, and that's basically what it is. I'll continue to play it regardless. That's going to be the 85 rated team we submit. I had to basically buy the entire thing, apart from Casper. I think I literally bought every other player in that thing. It cost me 189,000 coins to complete this and the next squad, which is a lot, but we do get 100k's worth of packs back. Let me submit that. We are fully committed to Dani Alves, and we're going to move across. We'll open those packs in a second, by the way. We're going to move across. This is the 86 rated team. I mean, it doesn't feel like I've spent as much as I have, because I'm going to give up my untradeable Casemiro, which I'm a little bit miffed about because I have been using him. 22 substitute appearances, only 1 assist to be fair, but he's my central midfield player. But the team that I'm looking to build into, I'll get away with using what players I have on the bench. Probably the biggest player to be losing here is this Alexis Sanchez card, who has played not over, but 70 times for me off the bench. Those 16 goals and those 8 assists, crucial, because every single time I bring him off the bench, I need him to do something. So it's going to be a bit sad to say goodbye to him because we've played 70 games with him, but it is what it is. I went and bought a new Miranda for 13.5 because I wanted to keep the record on my Miranda, and then of course this Inform cost me 27.5. So yeah, all in all, 189,000 coins spent on both SBCs, and there it is. We are now the proud owners of the flashback Dani Alves. Now, with that being said, I am fully expecting EA at some point this week to drop something monumental, because they have just cleared a lot of high-rated players off the market, and they've just made, well, not made people, but that card is so good that I would imagine the majority of people in FIFA are doing this right now, or at least considering it. So they've cleared a lot of coins and high-rated players off the market. That being said, I feel like they have to release something. That was their plan. They have to release something that's going to require high-rated cards. There's been so many rumours of baby icon SBCs floating around that it wouldn't surprise me in the slightest now. What are you doing? If they released a baby icon SBC that required, 84, 85, 86 rated team or something. It's a shame if they do that, because I won't be annoyed per se. I'll just be a little bit disappointed. I won't be annoyed. I'll just be disappointed. Okay, brilliant. I don't know what happened there, but there was a failure to communicate. Let me go show you the team that I kind of want to build. I say want to build. I can now afford it. As you can see, we have 444 in the top left. This Dani Alves card is going to be here somewhere. There it is. Boom. Right, so that team is nearly complete. Thiago Silva is neither here nor there. I could get him, I could not get him. I could go get the info Marquinhos. Doesn't make a difference. I could keep Miranda. It doesn't make a difference what happens there. That was just me speculating. I think I'm going to buy Alexandro, who's around 160, 170,000 coins. And I'm looking at Romelu Lukaku. I think what I'll do is I'll either play a 4-2-3-1 where Dybala goes to the right-hand side, Mertens is left, and Firmino is tucked in behind Lukaku. And then, of course, we have Nainggolan and Fabinho as the CDMs. The flat-back four remains the same. Or I go to a 4-3-2-1, which is what I've been playing recently, and I have Fabinho, Nainggolan, and Roberto Firmino as a centre-mid. Now, he has played centre-mid for me before. You may remember he played there for a good sort of 30-40 games, and he was alright. He didn't really cause me any problems. He was fine. So I think what I'm going to do is that for the time being. The ultimate goal would be to go and get Kevin De Bruyne and use him where I would be using Firmino now, and then use Firmino as the striker where Lukaku is, if that makes sense. The unfortunate thing here is I'm not too far away from being able to afford him. You could pick him up for very close to 500, if not just slightly below, depending on the time of day you sort of look around. So as you can see, we're not that far away. We're about 55, 60k away, which is crazy, and maybe I should, but I want Alex Sandro. You know, this is irrelevant, this Thiago Silva card. We could easily put Miranda back in. We have him on the transfer list, and it would work just as well. I don't have a problem with Miranda. I don't even know how good Thiago Silva is. The main reason I want to do it is because A, it's sort of a new, fresh defender to mix it up a little bit, but also he's got some really nice stats. I could go for the inform Marquinhos, but I don't see the point in spending 160, 170,000 coins when this guy is about 40 and looks just as good. So, you know, any Brazilian works there really, or any Italian league Brazilian, so Miranda. But we'll have to wait and see what happens there. I am thinking Lukaku for the time being, because I mean we could always sell him, but Lukaku does look really good as a striker, and then we just use Firmino as the cam or the as the central midfield player or what have you. I think that's probably what I'm going to build into. I did toy with the idea of getting Dembele as well, but that weak foot really does sort of put me off. 2-star weak foot in the midfield. I don't want to have to panic and remember which foot is which and so on. So I won't buy Lukaku just yet. I'll put Richarlison in form there, and then we'll go into a game in a second. But let me know who you think I should replace, or I should put where Lukaku is right now. Should I go and get Lukaku? Or should we maybe go for something else? Before we do that, though, we do have some packs to open. 2 packs, a Prime Goal Players pack and a Rare Mega pack. If we could pack something decent here, then the Kevin De Bruyne dream could be on. But, you know, you never know. Top comment on this one before we get into it. Don't read the haters. Don't read the haters, man. Just do what you want. It's your life. And by the way, I've done Dani Alves and he's God. Have a nice day. Thank you very much, my friend. I appreciate the kind words. A lot of people underneath saying that they've done it as well. It's not necessarily the haters. I mean, like that comment. You know, you don't care about this team of the week, even though it's mega. Let me open this 45k pack as we talk about this. That's not sort of like a hate comment as it is someone who doesn't understand my ideology. We get an inform in this 45k pack. It's going to be Aaron Moy. I'm sick of seeing this guy's face. We packed him for the second time this week on this account. I got him as a red player pick as well. So we've got 3 Aaron Moys in the club right now. Absolutely crazy. I'm going to keep him on my transfer list probably until 2020, because he will eventually be worth something, because he's a Premier League inform, and the rest of it can go just into the club. That's one of the, well, I said, minus the inform, that's the worst 45k pack ever, but I won't turn my nose up at an inform, even though I don't want to see his face ever again. This Rare Mega Pack needs to contain Kevin De Bruyne, Ronaldo and Messi for me to be happy. No, I'm joking. A walkout would be nice, but something worth a little bit would be decent. No walkout, I'm not even remotely surprised there. We are going to get boards though. It's going to be Edin Dzeko, which is an 85 rated card, which is sort of replenishing what we've just submitted for Dani Alves. So it's not terrible. I'll take it. We could have some decent 84. Nope. I was going to say we could have some decent 84s in here, but we didn't get anything above 80, which is crazy. We've got, oh wow, look at the sheer number of squad fitness cards. I don't think I've ever got that many in a pack. 7 squad fitness cards in the same pack. That is, I mean, that's money. There you go, an 84 rated card. Get Berkey in there. I'll keep him for the time being. We'll get rid of this. And I'm going to list these up, actually, and I'm going to see if they go for 1-2. Now, I don't know whether the going rate is about 1,200 or what these days, but, oh, hello. But we'll have to wait and see. Now, yeah, so I don't necessarily want to address hate comments, and I don't think that that's necessarily a hate comment. It's just, like I said, some people don't understand, that I play... Oh, why do I keep doing that? That I play stupid amounts of games. Bollocks. Well, I let that go cheaper than I wanted to. I keep doing that. What's wrong with me? Yeah, I just play a lot of games, you know, and it grates on you having to play... not this time. It grates on you having to play as many as you do, and then, you know, if it was just me, I would rage, but I wouldn't rage anywhere near as much, because I know you guys are watching and expecting and anticipating what I'm going to be doing, and I'm there like, oh my god, I need to perform. And if I'm losing in the game, I'm thinking, great, I'm going to go 5-5, and then everyone's going to think, A, I'm crap, B, we're not going to get good rewards. And you know, it's a case of me not wanting to let you guys down as much as me wanting to do well. You know, it's a vicious cycle, unfortunately, but there's not an awful lot I can do about it. Like I said, I will continue to play FUT Champs. It's not an option at all for me to not play FUT Champs. You know, I want those red picks regardless of how many we get. I want those red picks every week, and I want some rewards to open on Thursdays, right? I mean, that's what Thursdays are all about. So this week, I'm going to have to try my best to press on for rank 2. I didn't play any yesterday, though. So, to be fair, though, rank 2 is not that high. I mean, we are on just shy of 9,000. Rank 2 is 11.5. That's not even that big a deal. And I do have that Dani Alves card to review as well, which is decent. I will do that. And then, of course, yeah, I want to play a couple of games with this team anyway to see what it's all about. Let me get rid of Dembele and Kevin De Bruyne. I'm going to put Richarlison up front for the time being. Going to get rid of Romelu Lukaku. I'm going to go bring in Miranda because I want to know what you guys think of A, that team that I've built, and B, what I should do with regards to Lukaku. Is there any point getting him at all, or is it just a case of me wanting to spend the money because it's there? I don't know why I'm doing that. I should have just removed him completely. But let's get physical. Let's bring in Miranda. There he is, the veteran. That team's ready to go. If we could just remove him from the list. I may need to go and buy a player for my bench now, though, because we've lost a lot of good quality players from the bench with regards to sort of defense-minded players. Like I've got Pjanic, who is a sort of half a CDM, and that's pretty much about it. Like I don't have a CDM to bring on, and maybe I should. I mean, I might have Alan in the team. If I have Alan, no, I don't think I have. Well, maybe I could go buy Fred or something, and then I'd be happy. I'd have someone on the bench I could bring on who was sort of defense-minded. But anyway, I'm going to hop into a game in just a second. Let me just bring on Ricardo Carvalho and just leave him on the bench for a minute. I'm going to go hop into a game. And during that game, I'll obviously show you the highlights. And I want you guys to tell me who to play instead of Richarlison. We have 280,000 coins. We'll have a little bit more once there's all those fitness cards sell. But 280,000 coins to spend on it doesn't have to be a striker per se. It needs to be either a striker or a CM or a cam. Anyone really that would fit their chemistry wise. They have to be on 10 chem. Everyone in this team has to be on 10 chem, otherwise I can't function. My mind doesn't allow me. So let me know, and let's jump into this game. My opponent for the upcoming game has an icon, which always scares me. 3 at the back, though. But then again, I mean, you never know. They could change in-game, couldn't they? So here is Dybala. Little flick around the corner for Richarlison. Has to go back to Dani Alves. Plays it inside to Nainggolan. Roberto Firmino on the turn with the weak foot, and we are 1-0 to the good. I tell you what, having Roberto Firmino in the position we have him in currently is probably going to get him more goals than as a striker. It's good football from my opponent. I think he's used kick-off to his advantage there. My defenders just didn't want to move, but luckily for me, he's knocked it wide. I'm going to come back to Dani Alves, though, just so we can get an outlet, and there is the outlet in Dybala. I'm going to spread this. This is good football. I'll tell you what, this team is playing remarkably well. And that's Mertens on the inside. He's going to go for goal here. Gets it beyond the defender. Good save from the keeper. Well, he had space for a shot there. Didn't go for it. Don't really know why. He's creeping on the edge. Plays it to Roberto Baggio. And that's a great save from Handanovic. I tell you what, Handanovic saves me so many times. Skriniar there to block. I've brought the keeper for it. I shouldn't have. It's my fault. I've conceded through my own stupidity. I just dragged that keeper out and really should have just kept him in there, and it's 1-1. This game is just AIDS, isn't it? I mean, how has he scored that? I mean, it's like a ping-pong bicycle kick onto the post, comes out, my defender's there, and then all of a sudden Aguero flies in with his back to goal and his leg in the air, and it's 2-1. And that's FIFA 19. Dani Alves does his man on the outside. And again with a lovely heel-to-heel. I tell you what, Dani Alves is a joy to use going forward. He really is. Oh, look at that. He just shifts it inside. And we are level. And that's all because of Dani Alves on that outside. Oh, that's just brilliant football. Oh, he's got that space on the edge and he goes for it. And it's a goal. Nothing I could do about that. As soon as he played that ball into feet, I thought goal. And in fact, I said it. So you know that's exactly what I was thinking. Dani Alves with it. Oh, a little layoff. Mertens has won a corner. Ball whipped in from this corner into the sort of, I would say, danger zone, but I very rarely do anything from corners. This is going to come to Dani Alves to put a cross in. It's a good ball. I just don't have anyone who can realistically finish a cross. Can Roberto Firmino rectify the situation? Yes, he can. 3-3. I tell you what, he is going to score absolute bagfuls of goals from that position. Mistake in the defence has led to the ball being played down that outside and a goal. I mean, that's ridiculous. I don't know why my defender would just refuse to go to him, but we've conceded in the final minute of the game as per FIFA 19. That's just what I do in every game. I always concede late on, especially in games where I feel like I've done enough to earn a draw. This game's been very back and forth. It's been very even. But never mind. It's not over yet. Oh, and there it is. This game is ridiculous. And guess who it is as well? I've just made a sub about 5 minutes ago. And it's Shaqiri. The guy scores so many goals. And FIFA 19 is ridiculous. This is crazy. My opponent will undoubtedly score a fifth before this is through. Dani Alves down that. Oh my God! This game is infuriating. We've just committed a foul with Dani Alves. Somehow, I don't know how. I really don't. Can I save it? That's the question. I saw him switch, but my brain didn't react. I can't believe this game. I really can't. I mean, in hindsight, my opponent absolutely battered me second half, so I don't suppose I can really moan too much about the fact that I've lost that game. It's just the manner in which I lost it, to be honest. We were 4-4 with seconds left, and then I go and put in a really stupid challenge. I'm not blaming Dani Alves for it whatsoever. It's my own fault. But just one of those situations that could have been avoided. Well, Richarlison doesn't work there. He's just not good enough. There was a couple of opportunities he had that he really didn't take advantage of, just down to quality. I tell you what, though, with Alexandro and now Dani Alves being as my fullbacks and sort of overlapping and getting really good crosses into the box, that Lukaku idea might not be a bad idea at all, because he's strong, he's tall, he's good in the air, and I feel like getting someone like Dani Alves down that right side, or even Alexandro on the other side, and then whipping the ball in to someone like Lukaku could be the difference between scoring maybe 2 or 3, 4, 5 crosses a weekend as opposed to the 0 that I currently score. Because at the moment we have people like Mertens and Dybala in the box. When crosses come in, they're not going to win headers. Lukaku would, though. So is that a good option, or maybe there's something else that I'm missing? Because to be honest, with the chemistry, and I've played with this a lot. In fact, there was about 3 hours last night where I sat there trying to work out what team I would build. And the only realistic options, yes, I can change formation, but the only realistic options for where Richarlison currently is a Belgian player from the Premier League. So Kevin De Bruyne would be perfect, but unfortunately he's a little bit too expensive right now. The other option is Lukaku, as I say. We could get Dembele, put Firmino back up to striker, and then have a mid-3 of Nainggolan, Fabinho and Dembele. Probably would be the Champions League version, just for an extra bit of quality. But that 2-star weak foot really does put me off. The only other option, theoretically, as far as I can see, is someone like Gabriel Jesus, which I don't really want. I don't feel like that's that much of an upgrade over someone like Richarlison. He's a good player, Gabriel Jesus, don't get me wrong, but I just don't feel like it's enough. And I know a lot of people are going to be like, you've got Mahrez, use Mahrez, but I can't find a left wing that I want, and then I can't get certain players in the team, blah, blah, blah. I just want someone who fits that slot with full chem. That's all I want. That is all I want. It doesn't necessarily need to be a Premier League player, though. I mean, Mertens is on full chem anyway, and now Firmino gets full chem. So I could play a Brazilian, any Brazilian in the world there, that Pato card, ironically, would have worked very, very well here. Maybe someone, I don't know if Hulk is good enough these days. You know, trying to think of someone else. I genuinely can't think of someone else, but any Brazilian works there. So if you guys have got any suggestions, feel free to let me know in the comments section down below. If you have enjoyed this episode of The Road to Glory, do me a favour and hit that like button, subscribe to the channel if you're new, and until the next time, goodbye.